All right, folks, welcome to the Running Restaurants podcast. We're bringing the tips, tools, and techniques you need to make your restaurant more profitable and successful. I'm your host, Jamie Oikel, and today I am joined by David Ciancio, a restaurant digital marketing expert and restaurant operator. He's helped independent operators, help multi-unit folks grow their traffic, boost their reputation, get guests, keep guests coming back, all that stuff. So we're going to dive into that. We're going to dive into trends from 2025. We'll break down what's working now, what not to waste your time on, stuff like that. Sound good? Sound good, Rev?
Sounds amazing. I told a multi-unit restaurant today I want to see more videos of matzo ball soup on their social media, so I do that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It does it all. So we're gonna hit on all the stuff you do, and I see, and he's really good at his own social media followers, very creative. So you're doing some really great stuff there. So let's just kick it off. Give a quick intro about what you're doing with your restaurants, what you do to help other restaurants, what you got.
Sure. So I am an independent restaurant owner. I co-own a smash hamburger shop in New York City. So I have operator problems. I have operator thoughts. I get stuck in operator weeds. I oversee all of our marketing. It's called Handcraft Burgers and Brew. We do smash burgers, French fries. We have one fried chicken sandwich on the menu. It's spicy. People ask us why we don't have a non-spicy, and I just tell them to eat it. I'm also a fractional CMO for multi-unit restaurant brands. So there's a number of restaurants I'm working with, like Salad House and Pita Pit, where I sort of like oversee and guide their marketing externally. So they may have a marketing manager, a marketing director, or even a president of marketing, and I'm sort of advising them on, best practices, what to do with technology, what's working, what's not working, how to implement better automations with your email, what soup to feature on your social media, you name it. I've worked with kind of every size and type of restaurant out there, from steakhouses on the Vegas Strip to restaurants with hundreds of locations to cafes and virtual concepts. So I always like to tell people that kind of isn't a restaurant marketing problem I haven't been asked to work on before. And if there is one, you're welcome to challenge me with it. So
I love it. Well, listen, you just named a whole bunch of things we could dig into individually, but maybe let's start with tools and trends, or really let me rephrase. Let's start with the challenge today. We're sitting 2025. Digital marketing has changed, I would say, and you would probably agree, over the last 5 years. It just keeps changing. What to focus on. Knock, do this. Knock, do that. Like, there's a lot of things to focus on. So keep the independent or small chain operator hat on here and tell them what they should focus on here in the next 3 to 6 months.
Okay, well, I just want to be clear. Right now, I'm currently wearing the MILB team hat. So I guess that's like the independent operator baseball. There's lots of, shiny new toys and hey, look, squirrel moments in restaurant marketing. I fall into them too, for sure. But I think what's really important, especially at an independent operator level, is I find like a lot of restaurants are not covering the basics. And there's some really important sort of like foundational restaurant moves that independent restaurants aren't following. And I'm just going to kind of shortlist it, and I'm not going to give tactics, but like, you got to be optimized for local search, right? So that could be listings management. Like, is your information correct on Google, Yelp, Bing, Yahoo, Foursquare, Apple Maps, TripAdvisor? So listings management, super important. Are you collecting all of your guests' emails and sending out a weekly newsletter? That's super important. Are you updating, the most relevant social media accounts, 2 to 3, maybe 4 times a week? Do you have online ordering, or can you take reservations? Is there a loyalty program you're working? Like, are you running ads on Meta? That's a great way for awareness. Do you have Google search ads set up? That's a great way for acquisition. Like, it's sort of the basics, right? And to have a really good marketing ecosystem of like local search, digital ads, 4 walls marketing, email, social media, like, it's really not that hard. Like, it's really not that hard. I told everybody at the top of the show, I co-own a restaurant. I probably spend, as the person whose job it is to actually do the marketing, 2 hours a week, 3 hours a week. Like, it doesn't take a lot of time, but it takes focus. And the key is to do the foundations, right? And I find like a lot of restaurant operators like, oh, I have this crazy idea. And what if we do this amazing thing? And none of that works if you don't have the foundations. If you're not sending a weekly email, if you're not managing your listings, if you don't have 24/7 digital running, if you're not posting to social every couple of days, like those crazy, wacky, insano, like flash in the pan, shiny key moments, like they don't mean anything. They don't help. It's the consistent foundational marketing that's the most important part.
Yeah, very, very good point. Thank you for doing that, because yeah, the tendency is to dive into what's the sexiest new app out there, and let me do that, and let me put all my emphasis there. But if you don't do those basics, like you just talked about, and I was reading some Google business stuff the other day, going, yeah, like wow, like if you don't do that, you're missing out on a big deal. That's just so much traffic funnels through that. And have you seen? I know I've seen search changing on my phone, on my website. It's changing how they're displaying the information. Any kind of new tips that you're seeing there?
Yeah, I mean, the world is inserting AI into everything these days. It hasn't ended up in my shower yet, so thankfully it's not there.
Way weak.
But it's coming. Yeah, AI is everywhere. And so, I've asked a number of people who are way smarter than I am when it comes to that type of thing, like what to do. And they all had the same answer. And it was like, well, for a restaurant, listings management. So, if you're managing Google, Bing, Yahoo, Foursquare, TripAdvisor, Apple Maps, like if you're managing all the places where the black and white information about your restaurant lives, like your name, address, phone number, hours of operation, what's on your menu, like that stuff, like that's a big piece of it. But that's not just like AI, that's just local search, right? So that's the best place to start. And then making sure that you have a website that's optimized for the same thing. And having a search optimized website for a restaurant is actually really easy, right? It's basically like, do you have an HTML based menu, right? Because Google can't read a PDF or an image. It has to, like, they have to be able to see the letters, the words, right? Does it have your name, your address, your phone number, your hours of operation, and an about section? And does it know your restaurant? That's kind of all you need at an independent level to have an SEO optimized website. So if you're doing listings management and you have a relatively nice looking website, and which you can get real cheap these days, right? You're kind of like 75 to 80% there, right? The rest is the other things. It's like, what are you doing on Instagram? Because that's now SEO optimized. What are you doing on TikTok? Are you working, are there food bloggers talking about you? Have you been on the news and PR? That's kind of the harder stuff. But like you can get 75% of the way there with just listings management and a website. Like it's not hard. And ultimately, people aren't really using like AI, and Google's not really giving Gemini level answers for best hot wings near me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where AI is playing a component in that is, hey, Jamie's taking his family, they're driving to Texas in November, and he needs ideas of where to eat along the route, as well as hotels and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's very different. But still, the information that AI is pulling from is listings, blogs, social media, like it's the things you're doing anyway, just doing the right way.
I'm glad you brought up the address stuff on the website. I remember writing an article years and years ago critiquing restaurant websites, and literally back then, and I don't see it as much anymore, but you'd have folks that they would literally not have the address on their website. Like, come on, like let's do that. And you get into that assumption everybody knows who we are, everybody knows where we are, but you can't do that anymore. And again, I haven't seen that mistake in a while.
I had a restaurant call me the other day, like, hey Rev, we turned on online ordering the other day, and we've only done 4 orders in the first week. And I was like, okay, what'd you do to promote it? And they're like, we put 1 post on Instagram.
Yeah.
I said, okay, this is a good start. Where's the other 5?
Yeah.
Right. And then I was like, well, let's go look at your website. There's no online ordering button. And I was like, what did you want people to do when they got to your website? So,
right.
It's these little things. It's like, and I don't want to belittle people, because here's the thing, there are so many details, right? And it's easy if you're the owner operator, having to remember to do every single thing, you'll never do it. That's why I always tell people, like, if it's that important and you're not going to be the one that prioritizes it, pay somebody else. Hire somebody internally, get a consultant, hire a tech company. Like, if you know it's important and you don't have the time to prioritize it, pay somebody else.
Yeah, the who does it is a big question. It can't get left to chance. Maybe we'll come back to that. I wanted to ask you about the about page, because you mentioned the word about, and you kind of mentioned it in the in the search engine world. But I want to talk about it in like the user world. Have you seen independents and or any other clients use the about page very well to tell their story, to show pictures, to show video. I still think people aren't using that enough. What do you think?
I totally agree. And I would actually have to sit and think of several great answers I'd have to think to come up with one. So the answer is probably not enough. But ultimately, if you go look, I've looked at millions, maybe I've looked at tens of thousands of restaurant websites.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, people visit the same 3 pages on every restaurant's website. Okay. It's their about section, it's the menu, and then it could be catering. But like menu and about are the top 2 most visited pages on every single restaurant on the entire earth, other than the homepage. So if your about page doesn't exist or isn't at least optimized to what you said, tell your story and show some photos, like you're missing out, because that is the page that people go to. Tell me about this place. What's on the menu?
I remember talking to you about your brand in New York, and you guys are the Handcraft, which is in New York City. And you talked about a very digital first strategy at the restaurant, capturing folks like right out of the gate. It's a very smart approach. I remember when we talked about it, I said, man, that's good.
Thank you.
And so have you changed that? Do you continue to do that? Have you seen it work? Run folks through it again.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to come from a high level. I'm going to land the plane. So I'm a marketing person. I care about marketing. Marketing is what's important to me. Doesn't mean revenue is not important, but like I'm in charge of marketing. So I got to do marketing stuff that ends in revenue. So for me, the golden metric from marketers' perspective is CRM growth. Said another way, how many of my guest emails did I capture? Okay. The more emails and or phone numbers that I have of my guests, the more I can do with them. The more I can get them to place another order, the more I can get them to make another reservation, the more I can get them to download my app, join my loyalty, follow me on social media, forward to a friend. If I have your email, there's a lot I can do. If I don't have your email, there ain't anything I can do, right? So to me, the golden metric is what I call CRM growth, okay? Customer relationship management. Your CRM could be MailChimp or Constant Contact. It doesn't have to be something fancy, right? So keeping that in mind, when we built the burger shop, the thing I said to my partners, and I said, look, I want to build an email capture machine that serves burgers. And they were like, okay, what does that look like? So essentially, like, you kind of can't come eat at Handcraft Burgers and Brew without us getting your information. We have, I think, 7 different ways to get your email address. We'll get it, right? And so one of the ways that we do that, and this is not going to work for everybody, it works for us. We are 99% digital. We have a cash register, but people don't use it, and we don't walk somebody over to it, and we kind of hide it. We want you to order from the kiosk, or we want you to order from your phone. So that's 2 ways. I got kiosks and I got online ordering, right? We also gate our Wi-Fi. You want to get it on our Wi-Fi? Great. You can be on it all day. I don't care, but you're going to give us your email address first, right? We have SMS marketing. We have loyalty. We have 7 different ways to capture your email address. And because we can do that, there's a lot we can do. It powers our marketing.
I freaking love it. I love it. You know, a lot of people probably listening to that going, oh shoot, we probably should do more than that sign up thing we put in the check presenter every once in a while. Like, we probably can do 6 things. So so if you have a replay on your thing, go back 2 minutes and listen to that again. You do need to capture it, because if you rely on them remembering you, good luck. There's 50 places by me to eat lunch at. There's 3 places that just opened last week that want my business now. Capture their information, get in their email box. We can talk about frequency at some point perhaps, but get in their email box, get in their messaging. You got to stay top of mind, because there's so many darn choices for folks out there.
Like that. I want to zero in on for that for a second. That's the magic thought, is top of mind. Okay. Every single human out there dines at 4 or 5 restaurants regularly, and that's it. Okay. It's the place I get coffee, right? It's the place that I eat at near my work or office, right? Like the lunch or the deli, the place I go more frequently, right? It's the place that I eat with my family, which is probably a pizza place or something, right? Yeah. And then there's the other place that I kind of love. And then there's a rotating 5th. And outside of that, I'm not frequent at anywhere else. Maybe it's my local bar, because I go watch games on Sundays with my bike. But that's what I'm saying, is every human is only actually like loyal and frequent of 4 or 5 restaurants. That's it. Okay. If your restaurant is not in my 4 or 5, your job is to keep reminding me that I had a great time there until it gets in my 4 or 5. If your restaurant is in my 4 or 5, your job is to make sure I don't forget. Okay. And both of those align to top of mind, right? And so retention channels, social media, email, SMS, your website, 4 walls marketing, align to just stay top of mind. How can you continually make me think about and consider dining with you? That's it. It's that simple.
Let me ask you a question, because folks will say, okay, Rev, got their email, and what do we do with it? When do we do with it? Do we do too much with it? I have chastised folks in the past for not contacting me after I gave them my email. Like, I gave it to you and you never did anything with it. So that's a flaw. How quickly do you hit them after you getting the information? Because it's probably a good strategy to get them early and often. What sort of cadence do you like?
A couple of questions in there. I'm going to try to answer, I think, all of them. How soon do I email somebody after I've captured their email address? The next day.
Mm-hmm.
So what I recommend, and I've seen this be incredibly powerful, is a welcome email automation flow.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
The idea is you've captured my email address. Now you're going to send me 4 to 7 at the burger shop. I have 11, a series of emails that indoctrinate me into all the things that are great about your restaurant. So you could send one email that just says, hey, thanks for dining with us, or here's what we stand for. Here's our mission, or meet the founder. And then 6 days later, you send me an email about your #1 dessert. And then 6 days later, you send me an email about your catering program. And then 6 days later, you send me an email about your loyalty. Who cares? Whatever the 4 to 5 to 6 to 9 to 10 things that are super important that every single guest knows about your restaurant, you automate them. So every single guest goes into your database. They all get the same onboarding, the same emails. If that sounds really complicated, just send one. Just send a single welcome email. I'm telling you that the benefits of automating an indoctrination process through email is unbelievably beneficial, right? So when do I start sending email? The next day. And it's because I have an automation built, right? And even like CRMs like the Toast CRM, which I don't love. I don't think it's great. It does do stuff, has a welcome email in it.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's a really easy thing to set up. So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think you asked me, what's the frequency that I would email my guests?
Yeah.
Weekly. But you could do more, right? I work with a 5 location kosher deli based in Florida. They have 4 locations. They email every other day. Man, I love pastrami, but I don't think I'm going to eat it every other day, but they do. It works, and there's, what's the frequency that somebody goes to Starbucks or Dunkin'? Daily, every other day, weekly. You got to match your email cadence to the frequency that you want your guests to dine with you. So if you would really like your guests to dine with you weekly, and you have a weekly, look, I'm not going to go to with Chris weekly. Right? They probably shouldn't email me weekly. Right. But like if you're a fast casual place or pizza or a cafe or whatever, like I could get a donut once a week. I could get a sandwich every Friday. Like, sure, you should email weekly. That's how I think about it.
The stuff you started with in the beginning there, the automated piece, you can absolutely do that. Your team can do it pretty easily. Folks like Rev can help you do it. You probably have software that already does it. You're just not taking advantage of. I signed up for a tech related, software tool recently, and man, did they do a great job of, after signing up, welcome, next day email, hey, use this feature. Hey, next day, hey, this probably didn't know about this. Check out this bonus download. And now I'm just like, now I find myself, going back to it, using it every day as a result. So absolutely powerful stuff there. Let's go to not sexy is not the right word, but the stuff that everyone's doing with their phone: short reels, TikTok, Instagram reels, videos. You're a master at it, so you know what's going on there. What do you got?
That is a can of worms that can go on for hours. Is there a specific thought, question, or direction you want to go here?
Well, people might say, I don't know what to film. I'm not sure. I'm not comfortable. And just turn to your staff. They're going to get you going. Like, how do you get started?
I got it. Here's my social media video beginner's playbook. Okay. It couldn't be easier. All right. Go pick the 5 or 10 most important or popular items on your menu. Okay. And don't just do entrees, like get a mix. So like if you're a full service restaurant, do like 2 drinks, 3 or 4 entrees, a couple appetizers and dessert. Like pick 5 to 10 of your most important or popular dishes and then go film them being made start to finish.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then also film, I don't know, 5 to 10, 3 to 5 second videos of what I call a hero shot of the dish fully made and fully plated. So again, go to Handcraft Burgers and Brew on social media, on Instagram. You'll see it everywhere. I'll show one picture of the finished burger, or one video of the finished burger for a second and a half, then another video of the burger for a second and a half, and then you'll see us make it. We put the beef on the griddle, and we smash it, and then we put on some salt, and then we flip it, and then we add some cheese, and then bacon or whatever else, and then it gets put on the bun, and then we put the sauce on, we put the cap the bun on, we cut the burger in half and show it to you, and then 5 to 6 more 1.5 second reels of look at the burger, look at the burger, look at the burger, look at the burger. Like that's it. It takes us, I don't know, 10 minutes to film it. And then I put those in a Dropbox. Okay. Mm-hmm. We've done it for every single menu item at the burger shop, probably 5 times. I now have thousands and thousands of B-roll of every single menu item. So that now when I hired somebody to run our TikTok, her name's Stephanie, she's great. Stephanie has probably only ever stepped into the restaurant 3 times because she has a Pandora's box of footage of every single menu item. And so if I get a phone call from a partner that's like, hey, can we do this? Like I have so much B-roll of every single item. By the way, you know what people like about your restaurant? Food. So it's show me the making of your 5 to 10 most popular items and some hero shots. And then once you've shot those 5 to 10, do the next 5 to 10 and the next 5 to 10 and the next 5 to 10. And if your social media feed is just what I call build videos, you're going to outperform probably how you're currently doing and your competitors because people will watch how food is made all day long. Now, is that an optimized profile? No. Would I do more than that? Absolutely. But if you're not doing that, that's a great place to start. 5 to 10 items, show me how it's made, hero shots, real easy.
Yeah. Thank you. Let's talk about what else you could do, because what I wanted to say is like you in particular love to bring personality into your videos. You love to have fun, whether it's dressing up at one of the first pitch games, the baseball games, or eating. If you haven't seen them on social, there's always a lot of food in Rev's face. So how else can they have fun and show the personality of the owner, the staff, without getting bogged down by it too much?
Amen. By the way, I looked this morning. I'm down 22 pounds from a year ago. So God bless.
So yeah, you don't eat everything you have on camera, I hope, because there's not every single bite.
Okay. So, I mean, yeah, I have big personality. I'm a middle E, if you guys know what that means, but I have a big ego. So like, I'm happy to talk on camera. I'm a former radio DJ. Like it's just in my DNA, but a lot of people don't want to be on camera. Like that's okay. Don't be on camera. Maybe there's somebody in your business who is, maybe an employee or a partner or a guest or whatever, but for sure, people talking to the camera is absolutely what's working on social media right now. And you don't have to be creative. You don't have to be silly. You do not have to put on a goat costume and throw out the first pitch at a Hartford Yard Goats game. It works. But I do this all the time because I walk into restaurants and operators like, I don't like being on camera. Like, okay, how about I just ask you to tell me about the food? Oh, I'm happy to do that. Hey, we're at Hackensack Pizza House in Hackensack. This is Lou Hitt's place. Lou, what's this? And I show him the microphone. He's like, oh, that's our penne alla vodka and a bread bowl. I was like, oh, tell me about it. He's like, well, we wanted to combine breadsticks and blah, 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 on a dish. Oh, that's amazing. Great. We got to eat it. How hard was it for Lou to tell me they put penne alla vodka in a bread bowl? Nothing, right? But you don't need me there interviewing you. You could just be like, hey, I'm Fred. This is Fred's Taco Shop. This is our most popular taco. It's a birria taco. We actually make it with lamb. It's super delicious. It's my favorite thing. Come down and try it.
It can be that simple.
Amen. And again, if you don't want to be on camera, like get a microphone and interview your guests. Hey, Jeff, you come here every Tuesday. Do you want to be on our Instagram for a minute? Like, cool. Hey, Jeff, what's your favorite thing to eat? And look, Jimmy, we're talking here, but like I could give you 52 examples. Like I could literally go to my social media right now, like, look at this. You know what I mean?
Yeah. The what's the word I'm looking for? User generated content is first of all, your customers, your fans love to be on camera. They love to get recognized. So that's a great strategy as a way to build it. Obviously, encourage them to share those Instagrammable moments and so forth in your restaurant, on their feeds, etc. Tag you and so forth. But let's go to loyalty for a second. Are you doing anything particular? Are you seeing folks do something in particular that's working to I guess what I'm going at is I don't want to go to your place 10 times before I get a reward. What are some strategies folks are using to actually pay that off?
Okay. I'm going to talk about 2 mistakes I think every restaurant makes with this. Okay. Number 1, using the word loyalty is a mistake. Okay. Loyalty is something you earn from a guest with good service and good food and good friendliness over time. Okay. We should, as an industry, we call them rewards. Okay. Because rewards are what I earn by being frequent and checking in on my app and paying online. Okay. So like all the brands I work with, we do not use that word. We do not call it our loyalty program. You will not go to our website and see join our loyalty. You will not see marketing that says be a part of our loyalty program. That's a terrible word. They are rewards. Join our rewards program. Earn rewards. Get free food when you purchase online.
Yep.
So I encourage everybody to stop using the word loyalty and use the word reward. So that's mistake number 1. That's an easy one to correct. Okay. Number 2, the legacy QSR brands are the worst at this. Okay. And that's jumping right to loyalty. Okay. There's going to be 70 to 80% of your guests that have no desire to like earn points and check in online and want to redeem it for $5 off a purchase 6 months from now, or like get access to the silly happy, whatever. Like there just aren't, right? But they're more than happy to give you their email address and receive weekly or biweekly emails from you. And I think all of this, like jump into our loyalty, download our app, get part of the program. Like I understand why it's valuable. We did an analysis at Salad House, the multi-unit brand I'm the CMO for. Guests who are not in our loyalty, their LTV for us is $36. People who are in our loyalty, their LTV is $250. Wow. Okay. Rewards are pretty important, right? But still, it's only like 25% of our guests. What about everybody else? Okay. So don't make the mistake of jumping people right to loyalty. Get their email first, get them to loyalty later. Those are 2 huge mistakes. That helpful?
Yeah, absolutely. Last thing I want to touch on, and maybe ask you a couple other questions, but tools, you know, all this stuff has changed. Folks can do a lot of it themselves. I know you have some relationships, you speak all over the place. You know, these guys, you don't have to point fingers at a specific tool, or feel free to, if it's something you love. What do you think folks can use these days to make life easier?
I could go on for days about this, so I'll give a couple. Okay. So I talked several times about optimization on listings and Google and local search, Google, Bing, Yelp, blah, blah, blah. It's much harder to do that than you think it is, right? It's hard just to manage Google, but to also manage Yelp, and they're all important. Get a tool. There's a tool called Marquee, Marqii. I'm a massive fan. I've been using it for years. I actually used to work for their company that they used to leverage the tech for. Like it's super easy. It's super affordable. It will make you SEO optimized in a matter of minutes. I can't recommend it enough. Independent operators use it. McDonald's uses it. Like it's super important. Okay. Number 2, getting guest feedback on every single order, every single time is invaluable.
Right.
Asking your guest, how was it? And then having a way to record their feedback and then analyze it, plus capture their contact information, is a game changer for every single restaurant on the planet. I use something called Ovation. It's unbelievable. It's the reason we have so many 5-star reviews at all my restaurants. It's the reason we have a huge database. It allows us to SMS our guests. It allows me to have feedback on every order, so I always know in almost real time what's happening with my restaurant. So those are 2 really powerful ones. And then the last one I would tell everybody is like gated Wi-Fi, right? So simple. You want my Wi-Fi? Great. Sign up here. Just give me your email address. I use a company called VivaSpot. It's $19 freaking a month. Whoa. $19 freaking. It sets up in minutes. And at the burger shop, you will not see a single sign on the wall anywhere that says we have Wi-Fi. We don't even tell our guests we have Wi-Fi. And Jamie, 34% of my database was built on Wi-Fi.
Huh.
1 out of 3 guests in my database came from Wi-Fi, and we don't even market that we have it.
Yeah, those secret sniffers, they know how to find those little Wi-Fi signals.
I mean, I'm that person. I don't know. I have unlimited data on this thing, and I still like walk in like, do you have Wi-Fi? Like,
yeah. Something that gets your stronger signal sometimes. So you can tell me if you got a jam. Otherwise, I wanted to ask you about like a favorite book or a favorite quote. You got 2 more minutes?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. So what are you reading now, or what do you recommend in the marketing world for folks to breeze through and get some tips out there? What do you think?
So I wrote an ebook earlier this year called Steal This Proven Marketing System. Everybody should read that. It's 17 pages. The first thing we talked about the marketing ecosystem, you should go get the book. It's free. It's a checklist. Go read that. That's very helpful. I have a tendency to not consume books about our business because I'm trying to like gain knowledge from other places that I can bring back. I went through 2 really incredible books this summer. One was called Atomic Habits.
Oh yeah.
And if you read it, then you know. Are you gonna pull it out? Yeah, there you go. Atomic Habits, right? And it's about 1% change, right? And if you can change something by 1% and then 1% again and then 1% again, there's compounding interest. And sometimes it's hard just getting to the point where you know you can do that. And I thought it was a great book for like shifting your energy at micro moments. So I really enjoyed that. The book I read before that over the summer, this actually was a massive game changer for me. It's called Rewire Your Mindset. It's by Brian Keene. He is a fitness instructor, which despite the fact that I'm 20 pounds down from last summer, fitness is not my highest affiliation. It's part of the reason I wear Hawaiian shirts every day. But anyway, I thought that book was really great because we spend a lot of time as humans in a victim mindset. Like, oh, how can this happen to me? Like, oh, poor is me. Oh, life sucks. Why did this bullshit happen to me? Like, it's a terrible place to expend your energy. There's a lot better place that you could put your brain in and every day, every minute, day to day, that like you will achieve more and you will be more positive. And that book really goes deep into it. I don't know if you saw this, but earlier this summer, I launched my own holiday. So I was inspired by the book. So July 1st every year is National No Complaints Day. And so my life mission is to encourage everybody to take 1 day a year and just 86 complaining. And
can you imagine? Let's do it. Let's do it.
No, I mean, listen, I'm trying to not complain every day, but I'm starting a movement. July 1st, National No Complaints Day. And I read that book and I was like, if I can inspire the universe to complain less for 1 day, I can be proud of what I brought. So Rewire Your Mindset, Brian Keene, that book really
good. Yeah. 2 good book recommendations there, but yeah, I'll just pull Atomic Habits back out. Absolutely get it if you haven't yet. Quickest read. I mean, super quick read, easy to read. It's one of those books where you hit it and you go, yep. I can do that. Yep. I can do that. Very, very, very simple stuff. Last thing I'll hit you with, a quote, an inspiration, words of wisdom to finish with. Anything?
My life's motto is be awesome at 2 things and outsource everything else. Like, you can't be good at everything. You can understand lots of things and you can be good enough at some things, but you can't be amazing at everything. Right. And I like to be amazing at lots of things, but still pick 2 things and go just literally be awesome at those 2 things. And if you're not going to be awesome at the other thing that you know you need, get somebody else to do it. And my favorite way to explain this to a restaurant operator is, do you wash your own dishes? And their answer is like, well, on a Friday night when the guy calls out, I was like, right, but you have a guy, right? Do you balance your own books? Well, I look at it. No, you got a bookkeeper, right? Do you collect your own garbage and take it to the dump? No, you pay somebody, right? If you know you need it and you're not going to be great at it, pay somebody else to do it.
Yeah. Solid advice there. All right, Rev, send folks to where they can find more about you. Send them to the restaurant websites, your socials. Where should they go?
Probably the fastest, easiest place is just find me on social media. I'm on all of them: TikTok, Instagram. I'm on X, Facebook, LinkedIn, just Rev Ciancio. I have a weekly, this might be interesting based on who's watching and listening to this. I have a weekly newsletter on LinkedIn where I share restaurant marketing tips, tricks, and tactics. So if you kind of like the energy of this conversation or what Jamie normally brings to you, you've reposted it a few times.
Yeah.
just go to www.restaurantsgrow.tv. It'll take you right to my LinkedIn blog. I update it every single week with literal, here are playbooks to advance your marketing. So there you go.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely check them out on LinkedIn. Your writing style is terrific. I love it. You're very easy to find on social. So we'll include the links in the notes and course, but you can easily find Rev out there. All right, folks, David Rev Ciancio, handcrafted burgers, as well as other ventures out there on the web. You can find them at handcraftburgers.com. I get it right? Handcraftburgers.com.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. So you can find them there. We'll include other links in the notes for more restaurant marketing and operations, service people, and tech tips. Stay tuned to us here at runningrestaurants.com. In the meantime, do a favor, like right now, like the episode, share it, comment on it, rate it, please. All that stuff. Very helpful and appreciative. Thanks, Rev. We'll see you folks next time.
Thank you.